the strongest hurricanes in the Atlantic record books. It has maximum sustained winds right now of 185 miles per hour. Catastrophic forces are already ripping up now lower parts of the island nation itself. Joining me live from Jamaica is the Honorable Darrell Vaz, MP, Minister of Energy, Transport and Telecommunications. Minister, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I know it's a tough day.
Tough, very tough.
Do you have any updates what's going on right now? Any news what's coming in as we're watching this thing make landfall?
So I can confirm that that it has made landfall just outside of Black River, and they are feeling the effects of it as we speak. I'm in Kingston, which is the capital, which is 100 miles away. So our weather is not too bad here. We're having rain and wind, but definitely nothing like what's happening in the western part of Jamaica at this point in time.
Have you had any updates on the power grid, how it's holding up across the island?
So the power grid has been holding in those areas where the hurricane is due to hit. We have probably lost about 75% of the customers' base. And now with it hitting, I expect that 100% of those parishes will be down. As a result of other issues, we're having electricity problems in other parishes as well that are not going to get a direct hit. So I suspect that our grid is going to be badly affected in the short term in terms of restoration of electricity.
And Mr. Vaz, we knew it was going to be a powerful hurricane. We didn't think it was going to be maybe 185 miles per hour. How did you prepare for the storm in the days before it came?
So the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, which takes control during times of disaster, and all the government agencies and entities, and we as a government have done everything that we could possibly do to prepare for the event, save and except obviously trying to get those persons in low-lying areas to evacuate. That always is a problem that we face. So as of this point in time, we are as ready as we can be and into now the recovery phase of the post hurricane. But it's going to be a long day and a long night and a long few days. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get the Norman Manley International Airport, which is in Kingston, up to accept relief flights as early as Thursday, depending on the assessment tomorrow. So I know there's a lot of people who want to help. So you can stay tuned for that to know exactly when we'll be open. And of course, we look forward to all the assistance from our brother and sister countries across the world.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the western part of the country right now getting the brunt of it as we speak. We're talking about this Category 5 moving in with 185 mile per hour winds. Once this thing begins to peel away, how are you going to get the information as to who needs the most supplies first?
Well, as I said, we do have the Office of Disaster Preparedness, and we have shelters all around Jamaica, and we have satellite communication. So we're going to try as best as possible. I think the biggest challenge that we'll have is actually getting into those areas by road, because we expect our infrastructure to be badly damaged. So it's going to be a lot of airlift in immediate response to try and get supplies into those areas, medical supplies, food supplies, and whatever other supplies that we will be called on to provide. But it's going to be a very difficult period for Jamaica and for Jamaicans, as nobody can prepare for a Cat 5, and there's very little, if any, structure that can sustain a Category 5. Whether it is block and steel, whatever it is, it just doesn't have the capacity. So we expect major devastation of infrastructure and of life and livelihood.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, you cannot prepare for a Category 5 of this magnitude. There's no question. But let's talk about real quickly Jamaica, the population. Where is the population in the country mostly concentrated in? Is it the west side or the east side of the country?
Thankfully, it's the east side. Okay. Between Kingston, St. Catherine, and Portmore, we probably have 1.5 million out of 3 million people. And that's the eastern end of the island. That's getting the least effect of the hurricane. Right. Kingston is also the epicenter. It's the capital, and it's where everything happens in terms of business and commerce, etc. So that's a distinct advantage because at least we'll be able to get up and running in Kingston to give the support to the westerly parishes. But again, it is going to be a long, 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 long road to full recovery. But the government is committed.
Yeah.
We have made provisions. We have limited insurance, obviously, and catastrophe insurance. So we'll be able to start with the recovery immediately. And I'm sure that, as I said, our friendly countries around the world will help us with the assets and the relief that we'll need to sustain the population during this period of time.
Yeah. The best of luck. Honorable Darrell Vaz, Minister of Energy.